Welcome to Chronic Health. I'm your host Ryan Loveless, and in today's video, we're going to be talking all about core strength and your core of your body. Now, I'm going to be talking about what is it, why it's important, and how to strengthen it. So first off, what is your core? What am I talking about when I say your core or your core muscles or core strength? What am I talking about? If I said core and you immediately thought of your abdominals, you're about a third right. Your abdominals and your gluteal muscles and even your lower back all incorporate to make up your core. See, your body doesn't want to work in isolation. It doesn't want to use a single muscle or a single muscle group to do its movements. It wants to use all its different muscles synergistically to do whatever it might be doing, to do the different movements that it might be doing. There's a lot more than just my quads or my hamstrings that is involved in just taking a single step. Your body wants to work with itself to do the different movements it needs. So when I say core, I'm actually referring to three main areas, being your abdominals, your gluteal muscles, and your lower back. So that's what your core is. Now, why is your core important, or why is it important to have good strength and good core stability? So if I'm standing here right now, I may not feel it, but my core is working to keep me upright, to keep me, here and not here or any other like that. Even to do those muscles, even to do those movements that I just did, I use my core to move all the way around. That's not just my abs, but it's everything that involves with the core itself. So core stability is important, not only athletically, which I'll get to in a minute, but just, if you sit in an office chair for long periods of time, where your job is in an office, or you sit at a desk, you're using your core to hold yourself upright, to stay in the position and not slouch, or lean over this way or lean over that way. Your core is activating to keep you stable, to keep you upright, and to keep you strong. Now, another reason why it's important is all these muscles in your abdominals, your glutes, your lower back. The reason why they all work together is because your pelvis is where a lot of the pressure of your upper body and pressure of movement takes place. If you have a wobbly, pelvic region, or a wobbly low back, that's when you start to experience pain. That's when you start to experience discomfort, because the responsibility of holding you up and getting you moving is the responsibility of your muscles, not your bones. But when you have a weak core, your muscles aren't working the way they're supposed to. They fatigue out, and when your muscles get fatigued, well, the pressure of your body has to go somewhere. It doesn't just go away. So then what does it do? It then transfers to your bones, and that's what you don't want. That's why so many people have, or I believe why so many people have low back issues, is because they have a weak core. And again, the core is the abdominals, the gluteal muscles, and also the low back muscles. All of them work synergistically together to merely hold me up, to take me to the side, to front, back, and any other movement I need to do. Just when I'm sitting down in a comfortable position, my core is still activated. So it's important for your core to be strong. And also for the athletes out there, there's so many sports that involve good core strength and good core mobility. It's sports like baseball, softball, volleyball, football, boxing are all hugely involved with the core to do their movements. Think about it. If you've ever watched football, when the quarterback is in the pocket, when he goes to throw the ball, he doesn't just use his arm to throw the ball. No. The whole motion starts with his hips, moves up through the kinetic chain into the ball itself. Same thing with baseball players. When you go to hit the ball, it's the rotation starts at your hips. Boxing, the rotation starts at your hips. It starts here, then eventually ends out here. Now, if you don't have a strong core, you're going to be wobbly doing all those movements. Imagine let's just say you were trying to jump as high as you possibly could. Would you rather try to jump as high as you could off concrete or off sand? When you jump off concrete, you have good core strength and good core stability. Your hips are nice and tight, locked in there, because your muscles are tight. Your muscles have been worked, and your muscles are working in the way together the way they want to be. But when they're not, when they're stable, when they're loose, it's like trying to jump off sand. I mean, anything is harder in sand. When you're exercising, running, or even just walking, it's harder in sand. Why? Because the energy that's going through your legs into the ground is being spread out through the sand. And then the sand disperses, and then it feels like it takes more effort to walk through, because all the energy you're using to walk through is being dispersed through the sand and not just directly where you're stepping. Now, concrete, that's stable. That's a solid base right there. So you can easily walk on concrete than you can on sand. And it's the same thing with your core strength. If you have good, stable core strength, if you have stable core muscles, then anything you try and do, whether it's athletically hitting the ball or just walking or just, living and existing. Also, athletically, if you have good core stability, the different movements you need to do, whether it's baseball or softball or football or boxing, you're trying to hit somebody else, when you have a good solid base to work from, then you're going to be the most successful and the least likely to be at risk for injury, because all of the pressure of doing the different movements you do is on your muscles and not on your bones. Exercises where you're trying to strengthen your core, it's not to see how quickly you can get it done. It's not to see, how fast you can beat your personal record. It's just to do solid, controlled, methodical movements. You're trying to strengthen the muscle. You're trying to get a workout, not just do the workout. Now, lastly, I'm going to go over how you actually strengthen your core muscles. First off, we're going to start with the abs. Now, most people already know some workouts they can do either at home or at the gym, and it's just basic ab exercises. If I want to work the top of my abs, I focus on like top down movements like crunches, or if I want to do the bottom of my abs, I focus on bottom up workouts like leg lifts or knee lifts. I can either be hanging from a bar and lift up my knees, lift up my legs, or I can just be laying flat on the ground and lift my legs up off the ground for a few inches, hold it for 30, 40 seconds, whatever a good workout is. And that's a great way that you can strengthen your abs. Now, in my video of how I fix my low back pain, I go over 2 exercises you can do to really work on your gluteal muscles that then are incorporated into the core that help relieve pain from your low back and strengthen your low back. In that video, I explained that as soon as the first time I did these exercises, I immediately felt pain relief. It was crazy how quickly it worked. And in that video, I show you what to do and how to do it. And I give you sets and reps for it as well. Some workouts you can do some other workouts you can do for your low back. A great one is called the Superman workout. And what you do is you basically lay flat on the ground, stick your legs straight out behind you and your arms straight out in front of you, and then you just lift up your legs and arms and you hold it there. You don't try to come up as high as you possibly can, but if I'm on the ground and I lift it up like this, just a few inches, that's going to be plenty, because you're immediately going to feel it in your low back where you're supposed to be feeling it. All these workouts are simple workouts that you can do at home. You don't even need any weights to do them. All you need is to actually do them. If you actually do them, you'll strengthen your core, you'll make your performance in life and in sports much better, and you reduce your risk of injury in everyday life as well. And I don't know about you, but that sounds good to me. And those are the little things that I want to do that all build upon each other to lead a life of chronic health, that I have reoccurring health, that if I want to play a sport, or if I want to, when it comes time, play with my kids, I don't have to worry about injuring myself, because I'm doing the things I need to do now to strengthen my body for later on. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. If this video helped you out or you learned something new, let me know all about it in the comments below. I post videos every Tuesday morning. If you want to know right when my videos go up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Remember, what you think, what you eat, and what you do will all lead to a life of chronic health. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.